against the Jets. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth. So we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. Coming to you from just off the New Jersey Turnpike in East Rutherford. We are just about set for football on EA Sports from MetLife Stadium. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with the Buffalo Bills. Hello again, everybody. I'm Brandon Gaudin here in the booth with, as always, Charles Davis. Charles, a lot of times in the open, we focus on quarterbacks, running backs. What about the tight ends in this one?
Well, I think LR identified it really well because the tight ends are matchup nightmares nowadays. Who are you going to cover them with? Because really, they are pumped up wide receivers who can flat out run and use their body to create bigger plays. Cover them with a linebacker, cover them with a defensive back. Either way, they feel like they have the advantage.
Stephen Hauschka now about set to get this one started. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The man under center for the New York Jets will be Josh McCown. There he is, coming off that close loss to Miami. Now, McCown, he threw for 3 touchdowns. He did have that interception late, though, that set up the Dolphins' game-winning field goal.
And that's the tough thing with him because you see so many good things throughout a ball game, but 2 weeks in a row, late interceptions have set up scores for the opposing team to beat the Jets. So right on the brink is Josh McCown leading his team, trying to find a way to get over the top and turn those into victories.
They go play action here on first down. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure, but it falls incomplete, and it's second down. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. The offensive starters now for the Jets.
Matt Forte has been a stat stuffer his entire career. Running it, catching it, able to get into the end zone and produce points for his team. But what he is to me is a stabilizer. Can stay in there and handle blitz pickup, keep his quarterbacks clean, and of course, move out and catch the ball out of the backfield.
McCown again on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. And we take a look at the Bills' defense.
It's been fun watching Marcel Darius progress through the NFL because I remember him coming out of college, and what I liked about him then, I like about him now. Strong, explosive, excellent hands, and believe it or not, at his size, has an ability to get skinny as he goes past offensive linemen into the offensive backfield.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
All right, here we go.
Shotgun here for McCown. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Marcel Darius in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid, and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
On is the 2nd-year man from Sam Houston State, Lachlan Edwards, to punt it away. Back deep for the Bills, Brandon Tate. Now it's Tate. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Buffalo Bills coming off a 3-point victory over Tampa Bay. Their offense takes the field led by that man, Tyrod Taylor. He was up in that game around 300 yards passing. Don't normally see him there. And then 53 yards rushing as well.
And he got great support from LaShawn McCoy, 91 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. But how about the drive he orchestrated to win it for Buffalo? 75 yards. Did it in only 3 plays. Big 44-yard pass from him to Deontay Thomas. And then, of course, LaShawn McCoy tied it up with a 7-yard run. And then they went on to win the game.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And his first look is incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Ten yards still left on 2nd down. A fake to McCoy. Now it's Taylor. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Andre Holmes that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground. And then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd down following the run. They'll go again to McCoy. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he hits his man, Matthews. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Taylor to Matthews for the Buffalo 1st. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Taylor now off the bootleg. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Thompson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up.
Here we go.
Now Taylor on first down. Going to drop this off to McCoy. Complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go.
To throw again is Taylor. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Taylor will throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Colton Schmidt, fourth-year man from UC Davis, on to punt it away. Back deep for the Jets, the AFC leader in return yards in 2015, Jeremy Curley. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. This is Bilal Powell, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. So we've reached the end of a fairly even first quarter of play. 0-0 our score, and we will return to MetLife Stadium after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They go again with Powell. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st and 10, here's McCown. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's good for a Jet 1st down, a gain of 13.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
McCown now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jerry Hughes in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
On 2nd down, here's McCown. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw, it's McCown. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
They'll start on the ground with McCoy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills 1st down.
Oh, he's got it going early in this one. That's the Shady McCoy. That's vintage right there, right? Breaking tackles, creating explosive runs. And if they don't take care of this early, look out. This guy's going to have a big, big day.
You know where he got that nickname Shady, by the way?
I know you're going to educate me on it. Help me out.
Mama gave him that name when he was a youngster.
And if Mama named him Shady, we're going to call him Shady.
Absolutely. And they'll keep on the ground with McCoy. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here we go.
On second down, Taylor. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Bills on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's Colton Schmidt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll have Larry Ridley's highlights, but points obviously hard to come by in this first half. Larry will be in Orlando with our halftime report in about 2 minutes' time.
Yeah, he and his staff, they're putting together nothing but defensive highlights from the first half, and there's nothing wrong with that as far as I'm concerned.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They start this with a run for Powell. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Again, it's Powell. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
First is McCown. Over the middle, complete. That's Powell. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
McCown going to hand this one off to Powell. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half.
All right, right, Brandon, back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get you caught up on all the highlights from the first half. Defense has been the name of the game. It's not often you see a matchup where both sides can't find a way to get on the scoreboard. We'll have to see if the offense picks up in the second half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Down midway through the first, Matthews got nobody around him on the catch, and he'll end up at the 40-yard line before being tackled. Bills later on the drive. Stanford's going to push his way to the QB here. This ends up as a huge loss in yardage. Bills still on the field. Roberts able to zero in on the QB here. This will go for a loss of 8. Now early in the second quarter, Hughes has got the sack here. This will go as a loss of 10. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. No points in this one yet, but we'll hand it back over to a man who's always on point. That's Brandon Godden.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, is our focus here in this player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. He's going to sling this deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Here's Taylor to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Demario Davis coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. From the gun, it's Taylor. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now it's Curley. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down.
Now look at 56.
They begin with a carry for Powell. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Faking the give to Powell. Now McCown. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Set. 3-19.
Working from the gun. McCown to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. On the return, it's Tate. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. The results for them so far, not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Play action, now Taylor. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's McCoy. A big hit. Knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
The Bills on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go!
Taylor now, operating from the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now Taylor to throw. Looking for his tight end Clay, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
All right, here we go. 3-19!
So after the INT, it's McCown now. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. A good pickup of 6 there on first down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
McCown looking to throw, and the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here we go.
McCown. And able to find Curley. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
They run with Powell. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Here's McCown. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Marcel Darius in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And here come the Bills. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Here we go. Brand 38.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. And the Jets have recovered.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And New York set to take the field. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Set. Blue line. Blue line.
McCown now on first down. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Shotgun here for McCown. It fights him off. An escape, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Shaq Lawson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Jets on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the gun, it's McCown. Dumps off to Powell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Catanzero's kick is right through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So it took a while to get anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
And now this becomes a question of, can they make this stand up? The defense has been impeccable thus far, and now they need to go out and finish strong.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. On the return, it's Brandon Tate. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. He's got the hook up to Andre Holmes. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A good pickup there, a 22. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. On 1st down, it's Taylor. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the 4th with the football.
Let's go.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He'll look to throw. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Back to throw. And Matthews has it right side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Back to throw. And he'll check this one down to McCoy. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. He's back to throw. Fighting through pressure. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So this hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after another, but at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been a pretty doggone entertaining game.
Yeah, it's kind of like a pitcher's duel in baseball, don't you think? The aficionados can appreciate a tightly fought game like this.
Yeah, but the fantasy players, not so much. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time of factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Here's Powell. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3. To throw is McCown. Airing one deep for Curse. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. Here's Taiwan Jones on the return. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. This is McCoy. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere. Yeah,
you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
The Bills on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12. First throw in overtime now for Taylor. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel someone who can help us because I thought I was going to pass out at the end. Not just getting to the overtime, but the plays in overtime that led to this one. And to finish it on a defensive touchdown, a takeaway.